From WBAY TV, coverage you can count on. Action 2 News starts right now with breaking news.
I was bummed. We were quite bummed. It's like a funeral walking around here, like someone died almost. You know, everyone's whispering and sad and no smiles. It's tough.
Runners reacting to the breaking news this morning. The Fox Cities Marathon is canceled because of storms. Let's get right to our Mackenzie Amundsen. She's live with the latest in Menasha. Good morning.
Good morning, Aisha. We are inside of a building on the UW Fox Valley campus here in Menasha. The race was supposed to start right outside, and this is where both volunteers and runners took shelter from the storms. I'm joined now by Steve Rickert, one of the runners who was hoping to qualify for the Boston Marathon in this race. What is your reaction to it being canceled? Well,
we're certainly disappointed, to say the least. It's a real check on our training and everything else. We're disappointed it happened. It's a lot of training we put in, months and months of training, and yet it was canceled. But the point was, I think it was for our best interest. Safety has to come first. There's always other marathons. So that's how I feel about it. There'll be other marathons in the future. I'll be working on it to qualify. I have a certain period of time to do it, so the window's still open. So that's what I'll be working on.
And it's been quite the year of running for you. Steve tried to take part in the Cellcom Marathon in Green Bay earlier this year, which was also canceled due to weather. What has that been like?
Yes, that's a bummer as well. I was all geared up with some of my friends were going to run the Cellcom Marathon, and that was canceled because of flooding. That was in May. So, okay, we're all going to gear up now and get ready for the Fox Cities and make that our Boston qualifier. And lo and behold, this was canceled because of lightning, and rightfully so. So it's disappointing, but there's a silver lining, if there is one in the clouds, is I look at a marathon as an iceberg, and the bottom half, the top above the water is the actual marathon. All the iceberg below the water is the training and fitness you get by training and preparing for a marathon. So we have all that training in us, we have all that health and fitness in us because of the Fox Cities, even though it wasn't run.
And you still have all that training. You talked about there's still a chance to qualify. What are your plans moving forward? Well,
we'll see. There's the Lakefront Marathon. That's October, sometime early October. And there's a couple in Phoenix I have my eye on. So there's other opportunities. So I just got to stay in shape.
Great. Thank you for joining us, Steve. Again, this event will not be rescheduled, but coming up at the 8:30 hour, we will talk to a marathon spokesperson about how some of the runners could still earn their medals. Live in Menasha, Mackenzie Amundsen, Action 2 News.
Mackenzie, thank you so much. Lots to talk about there, and they do have a no refund policy. I know a lot of people were curious about that. The biggest factor this morning is that, yes, there was rain, but the lightning is what really concerned them.
That's right. And on Viper Max, we did actually see quite a bit of lightning as this front end of the storm system was moving through. Now on Viper Max, not showing quite as much around the Fox Cities. However, there's still quite a bit of rain. There's still occasional thunder and lightning going on there. And so it's still going to be a factor. Now, some of the heaviest rain continues to move through northeastern Wisconsin. You notice it's widespread. It goes all the way from the lakeshore through Green Bay and the Fox Cities and all the way toward New London and Wapaka and to the west of that. So quite a bit of rain right now on Viper Max. This is the Appleton Skycam. You can see the wet roads as rain continues to fall there. 68 degrees the temperature, so temperatures have fallen by a few degrees as the rain started falling this morning. Now temperatures will hold fairly steady. They may be able to get up by another degree or two through the rest of the day, but generally they'll stay around those upper 60s, low 70s now for the rest of the day as we continue to watch for more rain that'll continue possibly even through the Packer game.
Just such a bummer for those guys. Thanks, Jenny. Well, it's also game day. The Packers are hosting the Broncos today at Lambeau Field. Denver is looking for its first win, but it still brings a tough defense and a Super Bowl winning quarterback to Lambeau Field. And there's some history they want to change. Action 2 Sports' Dave Schrader explains why the Packers feel extra confident this week.
Good morning. The Packers try to stay unbeaten this season when they host Denver today at high noon. And you should know the Broncos have never won in Wisconsin. The Broncos 0-1-1 in games played in Milwaukee, 0-4 at Lambeau Field proper. And the Broncos have lost those 4 by an average of 23 points per game. As you know, the Packers have given up just 19 points this season. And the players don't think their unit is lacking in any area.
What would you like to see?
On the defense?
Yes.
Nothing at all, man. We got all the tools and pieces, man, to be a great defense. And I can see that here coming, that we're going to be a great defense. We just got to keep striving like I've been saying, on the little things, and we'll be one of the best defenses out there, I feel like.
After the game, tune in to Action 2 News at 5:30 and 10, and then watch Cover 2 at 10:35. Full post-game breakdown coming up, and the impactful Preston Smith will be in studio to help Chris Roth break it all down. Later in the show this morning, we'll have Badgers and Brewers highlights.
Dave, thank you. Continuing coverage this morning, more than 30 volunteers spend their weekend picking up trash on the Lake Winnebago shoreline. The Foxwolf Mini Cleanup at Lakeside Park in Fond du Lac brings attention to runoff pollution and giving people a chance to get involved in the cleanup. Volunteers combing the waterfront for trash and debris which impact wildlife and water quality.
When it comes to anything environmental, awareness is the biggest thing. So anybody listening to this, I hope you know the importance of our waters and how even garbage left in the middle of the city can go into our storm drains and flow right out to our lakes and our rivers. So we all can make an impact, and we all can make a difference.
They were able to fill 19 trash bags just yesterday morning. The annual Foxwolf Watershed Alliance cleanup is in the spring. Developing news, authorities in north central Wisconsin are looking for a man they say is armed and dangerous. Sheriff's officials in Oneida and Vilas counties say 40-year-old Stanley Frolic was involved in a domestic violence incident in Lac du Flambeau. This is him there, and later got into a high-speed chase. He was last seen driving a black Jeep Liberty with the license plate you're seeing on your screen, but they did not say where. If you see him or his car, sheriff's officials ask you to call 911. New this morning, Iran's president criticizing the presence of foreign forces in the Middle East, saying it could cause security problems as the U.S. deploys more troops to support Arab allies. The U.S. blames Iran for attacks on Saudi Arabia's oil industry. Iran denies that and says any strikes from the U.S. or Saudi Arabia will lead to all-out war. Saudi Arabia says it's ready to take action against Iran, but is waiting on an investigation into the oil plant attacks. Lots still ahead on Action 2 News this morning, a weekend edition on your Sunday. An update on the popular North Pole display in Kaukauna, how the attraction is surviving for another year after almost getting shut down.
You're watching Action 2 News this morning, weekend edition with Aisha Morales. Coverage you can count on.